Hello, my name is Sipke-Joost HIEMSTRA. I'm the director of the Center for Genetic Resources in the Netherlands, and I'm responsible for the plant, animal and forest gene banks in the Netherlands. And behind me you see our gene bank collections for farm animals, meaning cattle, pigs, poultry and all minor species like duck and goose and also dog, for example. I'm work package leader of HIEMSTRA, the research project Horizon 2020 funded called Innovative Management of Animal Genetic Resources. And one of the main objectives of HIEMSTRA is to enhance the quality of gene bank collections and to promote the use. Talking about gene bank collections, I'm currently also chairing the European network of farm animal gene banks. It's called IGENA, and IGENA is governed by the European Regional Focal Point, that is the network of national coordinators in Europe for animal genetic resources. And the objective of IGENA is to make the network, to create an official network of gene banks across Europe, to promote the use of gene banks and to increase the quality of the gene banks. So similar objectives as we have for HIEMSTRA. So why gene banks? Safeguarding genetic diversity is very important as a complementary strategy to maintaining diversity in live populations and in breeding programs. And a broad genetic base is crucial for the future to anticipate possible changes in production systems, in the market, in consumer and farmer preferences, and for example also in climate change. Many countries in Europe have gene bank collections currently for farm animals, but most of them, or many of them, are not officially recognized as gene banks for long-term conservation. And in IGENA, in the European Gene Bank Network, we work on official recognition of this network of gene banks. And HIEMSTRA, the Horizon 2020 funded research project, will contribute a lot to developing this European Gene Bank network. In work package 2, where I'm responsible for, we first of all did an inventory of all the genetic collections in Europe, meaning germplasm collections, semen, embryos, or DNA collections, or tissue collections. So we made an inventory of all the collections that are there in Europe and made an inventory of the characteristics and development of those collections. And we are using this information to develop a European portal for gene bank collections to get a better overview of the genetic collections we have in Europe. Another major objective of HIEMSTRA is to rationalize the gene bank collections we have in Europe. And we can look at rationalization from a genetic point of view or from an economic point of view. Looking at it from an economic point of view, it's very important to develop the best strategies for the long term and to convince policymakers what are good long-term conservation strategies. And gene banks should be rationalized also from a genetic point of view. So are we storing the best variety of breeds, and are we storing optimally the genetic diversity of breeds? In HIEMSTRA we also look at quality management systems of gene banks, and those are very important if you think about future use, long-term future use. It's very important that the material that is stored is of good quality and can still be used in, let's say, 50 or 100 years from now. And quality management systems that include protocols for collection, for processing of genetic material, for storing genetic material, for documentation, is very important for the long-term maintenance of gene bank collections. And we try to promote and to analyze the use of quality management systems for gene banks also in the HIEMSTRA project. So there are a lot of things going on also in this work package 2 in HIEMSTRA. And the variety of tasks in IMAGE are expected to contribute a lot to the long-term development of gene banks in Europe, and will contribute a lot to the development of the network of gene banks that I mentioned before, called IGENA. It's a great pleasure for me to lead one of the work packages, and I'm really looking forward to all the results of IMAGE.